All right, Baldur's Gate 3 fans. Platinum X here, playing as Wyll.
He always knew what to say.
And
When I
I
was homesick,
just defeated the goblins outside the
he never did
grove and
show
have
me.
just entered the grove.
He was
And I'm
homesick
not
too.
going to
Maybe
continue
you
to like
deserve this.
post like every minute of the playthrough, but there is a lot of like role play, like dialogue here that I figured, you know, posting this part of the game here in the Grove, how Will reacts is
Can our children hear
an
you,
important part of the
fool?
playthrough.
We was running for our lives. You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
One fight just ended, and now you're
Tell
picking
that to
another.
the dead at the gate.
Shut it, Horns! I'd be lying dead next to the goblins if you'd stalled any longer.
My duty is to this camp.
Oh, God forbid you risk your precious tail. But I shouldn't be surprised. Foulbloods ain't known for courage.
You see the tiefling's jaw clench. He's about to erupt.
Now I could, persuasion, more violence won't bring back those you lost. Stop and think, but I can't remember the guy's name. The guy in the green. He's kind of a prick, so I'm just gonna watch.
With a thump, the armored man collapses, unconscious.
Enough. The goblins have found us. No doubt the beasts will be back. We need to pack up and leave. Immediately!
And they're trying to kill it for once.
The situation's tense, clearly. I bet these folks could use a few helping hands.
First, I damn near die at the hands of goblins. Then, a foulblood takes his frustrations out on me. I'm
Looks like
done
it's
with
kind of the
this
other way
hellhole.
around. You're kind of being a dick, so yeah,
Those two must
piss
have
off.
history.
That was close.
Indeed.
Far, far.
Isn't it delightful?
Now the fact that I have Astarion and Lae'zel with me, um,
Now
there's a
that's
lot of
settled.
things you could say
Thank
here
you
that will
for
be
your help out there.
they would disapprove of,
I'm Zevlor.
but
And if I'm not mistaken, you're the Blade of Frontiers. Well met, by whatever name. Though I'm afraid that's all the welcome we can give you. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve.
all right, why are
There
they
have been
forcing you out?
several attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters.
This ritual, is there no way to convince them to
I've
stop?
tried. Korga, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though? I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her. For more time to prepare, if nothing else.
I have my own temporal concerns. I need a healer, and that's actually true. So we were actually told that to see Nettie. I think it was the two tieflings that had Lae'zel captured. Um, yeah, I'm looking for Nettie. So I'm going to go ahead with this response. I have my own temporal concerns. I need a healer.
Goblin got you. The druid Halsin's a renowned healer, but he didn't make it back from Aradin's expedition. If it's not too serious, you could try his apprentice Nettie. She's with the other
There we
druids
go. That's
in
the
the
one I'm
inner
looking
grove.
for.
They've withdrawn there to prepare this damn ritual of theirs.
Now, if I say I'll find her and I'll speak to Koga while I'm there, both Lae'zel and Azarian will disapprove. I'm just going to leave.
This is about your precious Baldur's Gate.
I care about our lives, our futures.
No, you just care about your stupid.
Now, this is an important little encounter here for the future,
Hells.
I guess,
We can't just
influences
leave. They're
of
kin.
these characters
I'll
on the
not
story.
gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once. Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blades and spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay. These people aren't fighters. We can help.
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
You should all stay. A single blade can make a difference. That's something Wyll would say. He's the blade of frontiers. And I've got persuasion. And I can cast friends. Now, something very important to remember is if you're on a harder difficulty, this is a balanced difficulty. I've done Tactician more than once. I've done Honor Mode. Done. Like, I just want to play, enjoy the game, and not be frustrated with the harder difficulties. But when you cast something like Friends or Charm or something that affects another creature, when it wears off, in most cases, they're going to turn hostile toward you. Or in some cases where it might just reduce the attitude that, say, a merchant might have with you, which will then affect your prices. But this being a balanced difficulty, there should be no ill effect from casting something like Friends, which gives me advantage.
Thank you. It's the right thing to do, and you know it.
She's right, Roland. We're better than this. Zergan. Fine, I'll stay too. Lest you both end up with your throats slit by Goblin Blade.
Thank you, Roland.
Now again, that encounter plays a very important part of
How long until Roland shows up?
the continued
Depends.
contact with those three right there. Specifically Roland. Right here,
What's that?
we've got a little pouch. And can then empty that pouch and just leave the pouch. I don't need that pouch.
That ox. It can't keep its eyes off me.
Alright, so there's something odd about this ox. That's why it's called Strange Ox. I haven't drank an Speak with Animals elixir yet, so I'm just going to, or potion rather. I'm just going to ignore it for now. I'll talk to it later. Alright, I'm looking for Nettie. So, now there was one other individual that's right here. This is normally where you first encounter Wyll, up here. But this dude right here,
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not landing. Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
alright, so I can use different now this right here I think is unique to Wyll. I've never seen this before. Don't have athletics. Don't have insight, but I do have a 14 wisdom, so there's a couple of bonus there. Let me just try this. I think this is unique to Wyll right here. Try this swing, a little number I call the Legend Strike.
Like this, you mean?
Alright, look, both Gale and Lae'zel approved.
Strike. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use. Oh, yes. I'll bite
Lae'zel
my
approved
tongue
again.
when the time comes. Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
And look at there, an inspiration. 2 arms from Lae'zel. That's a soldier inspiration. And we received an item, battle axe. Which, that reminds me, I still forgot to equip the Everburn blade on Lae'zel. Boom. Nice. Alright. Let's see here. I'll deal with all this trash later. Oh, I was going to look at inspiration here. So, soldier. Help. Gooks. I don't know how do you say his name. Gooks. Learn how to fight. Alright, so gained our first inspiration for the playthrough. Now, this dude right here, he's got a quest icon on. He's showing up on the map. This Lae'zel mentioned Zoru earlier when I freed her, so we're going to go ahead and talk to Zoru. Now, this could lead to some disapproval with Lae'zel because I'm not sure Wyll is going to go along with her normal way of questioning people.
Their first kill by age 10. Yet these tieflings claim barely a single warrior among them. It's a wonder they survived even this long.
Are you sure it crushed? Okay, well, I don't need to worry about you. You look. Alright, this is just general dialogue. This has nothing to do with where we're at and what we've just done.
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
So right now she's the best lead on a cure, although we still need to go talk to Nettie.
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding. Countless scholars roam the
Lae'zel
astral sea and
approved.
beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant, order turns to chaos, and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities. Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
Alright, so let's try to remain optimistic here. That's not gonna happen. We will find a cure.
Words forged in steel.
And she approved.
May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me. Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
I guess I should probably be reading my responses since It's not being spoken. Alright, so that's pretty much it for right now. There was nothing... I was talking to her, you know, before doing this. Now, every time you gain approval, that could unlock
Beware of
additional
false
dialogue
promises.
options.
The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zathis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Alright, so there's nothing new, even though I've just, what, like 4 approval or 5 approval updates for her, and it still didn't really reveal anything new here. Let me go ahead and just say this.
I expect I am your first.
Alright, so I'm going to say I know of Githyanki, but I've never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Well. Alright, so again, you know, without like lashing back at her, I can either say, come on now, it isn't that large. Or, really? Thanks for noticing. Or we could say, well, as if your upturned bat snout is any better. I'm going to say, really? Thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No
I just said thanks for noticing.
I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Okay, so now when I talk to this dude, there's probably going to be some disapproval happening.
By Mordai's eyes.
Okay, Lae'zel approves for talking to
My
him.
friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Now, interfering with this would probably be disapproval, but let's just see how this plays out. Yes, and I suggest you do as she says. Both Astarion and Lae'zel approved. Big shocker, they're both dicks.
Lower.
Think I'll just wait. Lae'zel approved. So she hasn't actually, like, attacked the guy or anything, so...
Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry.
The map. Show me.
Up. You can keep your innards.
Oh, you're not going to eviscerate him. I was hoping for a show.
Cool your blood. I'll indulge you soon enough.
Okay, so there was nothing really bad about that encounter.
Gods, deliver me.
I mean, the thing is, the whole point is finding a cure. She says we need to find a crush, and that dude could point us in the right direction. So it was kind of necessary. But, you know, nothing really, like, she didn't attack the dude. But that pretty much let Wyll know, intel-wise, that these two people are not good people. That's right. They're a couple of dicks. Alright, but anyway. We all have tadpoles to deal with, so let's move on.
The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
Alright, this would probably get some approval with her, but I just don't see Wyll saying something like that. Like, Something like this, perhaps? Do you plan to be that rough with everybody? But again, that might be some disapproval. I'm just going to say what comes next.
The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait. The creche holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
Sorry, I still haven't really been reading, but, hey, did you say tiefling? It's funny, she rolled her eyes.
With the, well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Fey run.
Okay, that was just a little funny, I guess. Alright. So, off to see Nettie. Now, I've always been wondering, like, what exactly... I've got 291 gold. Well, I'm not being stopped, so I'm just going to keep going.
Please, let us through.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Yeah. That was a backless threat. You'll rip her throat out until there's a bear in your way.
We could have taken those guards.
Alright, little scratch behind the ear, it'll all be good.
You, get back!
If it weren't for me, you'd be overrun by goblins. I'll go where I please. No, I don't think that's something Will would say. Why? What's so special down here? I'm not looking for trouble. Can't you just let me by? I think there we go with that.
And you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giorna.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, the way they pronounce her name just really seems odd, looking at the spelling. It sounds like they're saying Korga. Like there's an R in there. There's no R in there. Koga? It sounds like they're saying Korga. Okay, now... This isn't honor mode. Okay? Let's just be clear about that. Now would be a good time to save it.
She may join them. Let the devil be an example. We will tolerate outlanders no longer. The grove will be made safe.
But I shouldn't have any trouble with this because, well, I've got the skills for it.
I'm sorry.
And the spells for it.
She's just a what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Okay, now I'm going to treat this like honor mode. I'm not really going to, like, reload it just to, you know, because I fail at something. Like, the whole point of this is to role play. But this could go so badly as to end the playthrough. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if we're going to role play it right, yeah, if the kid dies, Korga dies too. I'm sorry. But, so this could go really bad. That's why I had to save it. But I don't intend on reloading, just to be clear about that. Even though we're not playing honor mode, I don't intend on doing the whole, what people refer to as save scumming, even though that, like, you know, is an idiot term that people have used. It's a game, after all. The whole point of saving is, you know, well, in case you need to reload it. But anyway, all right, so I will imprison the devil and I will cast out every stranger. Thief, poison, what's this girl's actual crime? Now that's something Wyll might say. Imprison her, she's just a child. Well, that's something else Wyll might say. Explain this cruelty. Even that's something Wyll might say, but we got to keep in mind we're visitors here. We're trying to keep them from throwing everybody out. So we could just say one of your guards outside said you wanted to see me, here I am. That'll kind of just take attention off of the child, perhaps. Let's go with that.
Enough.
Oh, maybe
First, judgment must be passed.
not.
The
Well, crap.
parasite eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga.
A druid with a pet snake is not, does not appear to be a nice... So nature, I do not have the skill nature, and I have a low intelligence, so that would not be the best way to go about this. Persuasion, release her. I'll see she stays out of trouble. Yeah, let's go with that. So we can cast friends, because again, this is not a harder difficulty, that they will then turn hostile. But I'm mentioning that again, because if you are on tactician or honor mode, when friends wears off, they will turn hostile toward you. So keep that in mind before casting friends. But in this case, balanced difficulty, there should be no ill effect to using it. And that's the only thing I've got to use because I do not have Shadowheart with me. But bonuses are plenty enough to turn that to my favor.
Very well.
Lae'zel disapproves.
Break your word.
Well, I don't give a damn, Lae'zel.
Tila to me.
Gale approves.
Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
So I'm already wanting to stick my rapier through this bitch's throat. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just say that? Was that out loud? My bad. No, I don't know where my manners went.
That woman has more venom in her heart than a snake in its fangs. But at least the child is safe. What is youth if not a time to be forgiven for one's transgressions?
Okay,
Couldn't agree
we'll go with
more. The girl wasn't innocent, but that doesn't mean she was guilty.
All right, now there's one thing I'm going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and save it again. There's one thing about...
Charmed, I'm sure.
Well, I don't have Shadowheart with me, so no, I'm not going to do it. But if you read these plaques, there will be a skill check. One's religion, one's... It's all like history, like all the intelligence. That's why I chose Gale. I was going to let Gale read these plaques. And after reading all four, if you succeed all four skill checks, it will give inspiration for the, I believe, a scholar. I think that's what Gale is, a scholar. It will unlock an inspiration.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
Yeah, you need your throat slit. Yeah, you need your throat cut. Only a monster would threaten a child. You're protecting your own. Sometimes cruelty is required. Honestly, I just wanted to see... Only a monster would threaten a child.
Yes, you would say so.
So Lae'zel disapproved again, but Gale approved again.
You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
free from the... I mean, I could continue being a smartass about the child, but do what you... But again, I'm trying to, like, maybe, you know, keep them from doing that. Zevlor believes his people will perish on the road.
And mine perish if he stays. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
Then it seems I'd best speak to
You'll do
Zevlor.
more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
Alright, well, again, that was kind of a sidetrack. We're here for Nettie. And I'm in the wrong room.
I see you. Just give me a moment. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
Healing as soon as possible.
Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
Yes, I'm very tired indeed. Yeah, I don't know how the I'm not really like comfortable with just blurting out I got a tadpole in my head.
Then get some rest. There's no better magic. Take a nip of whiskey before bed if you need to. Come back to me if that doesn't do it.
Okay, well, you know, hey, that's
And?
you know, that's
Feeling any better? Come here. Let's have a look at you.
okay. So we're doing this again?
You seem healthy enough.
Yeah, you already said that.
Tired around the eyes, maybe.
Yeah, well, you already said that. I haven't gone anywhere. Okay, well, I guess there's no good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
You know of them? Can you help me? Now, I've never actually used this response. What other kinds are there? It's not like a frog hopped in my eye. Anyway, you know of them. Can you help me?
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help.
You kind of hesitated there, but okay, we'll follow you.
This way.
Yep, quick would be good. Now, she has a surcelet on her head, and there's one other guy, the guy in the Goblin Cave.
There's something
that has a surcelet, gives +1 to nature.
you.
That is what's used to
Attacked us
open
in
that
the
door.
woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Drow and I have the same kind of parasite. I was hoping for a little less grave cure. So you killed him and laid him on the table. Is everyone being captured by mind flayers these days? Didn't think it was a common experience.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. You don't have to be here for this.
Please, don't mind me. I'll just watch.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
Thank you. I'll take anything that can help. What's the plan? Will it help? What's the plant? Will it help? Thank you. I'll take anything that can help.
Of course.
Okay.
Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events?
I can merge my mind with anyone else that's infected. I fell from a ship in the sky, but something caught me and saved my life. An intellect devourer spoke to me as if I were one of its own. Nope, nothing strange. I just want it out of my head.
Nothing? You're sure?
Well, if someone else has a tadpole, our minds can merge.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
On a Mind Flayer ship, I was kidnapped and infected.
A Mind Flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Thought you could cure me. What about that branch of yours? Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and say I swear. Because Wyll, well, he probably would do something like that if he, you know, in order to, you know, prevent becoming a Mind Flayer.
I hope it doesn't come to that.
Astarion disapproved, but
you.
Lae'zel did approve.
Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a Mind Flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of Mind Flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
You must have learned something from studying them.
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from Mind Flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
So you think it's only a matter of time? You said you were tracking other victims. Did they change?
Hard to say. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
You think he's still alive?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
All right, I'll find Halsin.
You. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you what happened out there. But those adventurers were the only witnesses. And they're long gone. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Okay.
Just want my bed.
Pretty good. But I wouldn't take wyvern poison even if we do begin to turn.
Poison's not my style. Nor's becoming a Mind Flayer. We'll have to make sure to steer clear of both eventualities.
Here, here. If you turn, I'd rather slit that pretty neck of yours myself, anyway.
Find our master.
what you find, tell only me. Understand?
Complexum tuum ad terra.
Fly quick.
Just throw a fish next to the elevator and it'll get off, and then you can use the elevator. Come on, get on the elevator. There we go. There's something I didn't do yet that hopefully I didn't mess up and wait too late. This encounter works much better if you come around this way. And I messed up. Nope, there he is. Okay. I surprised him. Ooh, nice shot.
Swift and lethal. On the move.
2 crits in a row. Now, if you watched the previous episode, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool when it happens in your favor, but it's still horseshit, okay? Like, this is, you know, I go on this rant all the time about die rolls are not random. And or there's just some kind of glitch. Why is it not showing me?
I could really use some shut-eye.
The die rolls. There, okay. Alright, attack roll 20. Critical hit. Well, remember, Astarion got a critical hit as well. Look at there. A 20 critical hit. So I've literally just rolled 2 20s in a row. Yeah, that doesn't happen. I'm sorry. It doesn't. I mean, sure, there might be, you're more likely to do that to win the lottery, perhaps, but it doesn't happen, okay? And it happens way too often in this game that you'll roll the same number, like whether it's 2 dice at the same time rolling doubles or just literally back to back roll the same number. So it's either a glitch in the system, which is the numbers getting stuck, is why it's showing up multiple times, or it's not random. I don't know how else to put it, but we can clearly see that I am not completely off my rocker on this whole random die roll BS rants that I get into when things like this happen. But like I said, at least in this particular case, it was in. Why is the damn die roll not showing up? There. Yeah, so anyway. 2 20s back to back. Anyway, alright, moving on.
Where am I needed?
That's why, honestly, you know, games that I love like this, I mean, I love this game. I actually, like, play on the hardest difficulty because it's more fun. Like, for example, like, Resident Evil 2, for example. I mostly play on, like, if I play it anymore, it's to do the weekly challenges. And a lot of times the weekly challenges are for doing it on hardcore. So I'm all for doing it on hardcore. I've done it many times on hardcore. It's fun. It's more fun than doing it on normal. Normal's just kind of boring. But yeah, this game, no. I've done Tactician more than once.
Timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
Coin mistress, you lost me. That bugbear would have crushed your skull. This is the thanks I get? I don't think Wyll would say something like that. Deception, you got me. Hand over the coin and I'll be on my way. I don't have the skill deception, but I do have friends. How in the hells could you know about that? The Blade of Frontiers cavorting with devils. Don't be absurd. Well, that would just be a flat-out lie. Because I am a fiend warlock who's, my patron is a devil. And that's not a spoiler. There's no spoiler alert there. You're a warlock of the fiend category, which means you have a devil as a patron. Anyway. Coin mistress, you lost me. Let's go with that one.
You almost seem honest. Care to explain why you reek of the hells?
Well, a mind flayer abducted me and its ship went straight to Avernus. I'm not sure what would happen if I said you wouldn't believe me if I told you. I'm going to go with the persuasion. This is situational, so I don't even need to cast friends. Good thing it was advantage, because I rolled one of those dice with a 1.
That's quite the story. And I thought I was doomed. Now I feel sorry for you. Here. Take this. It's worth a fortune. But
is it?
A fortune's not worth much if you're dead. Consider it payment for saving my life.
Well, there we go. Finally, some
Soul
gratitude.
Coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside. It serves in the 9 hells as very valuable currency.
Okay. Now, if you look through here...
The pride of the gate.
Actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever looked through here with Lae'zel. Let's look through here with Lae'zel.
Peer through the telescope. You recognized the dragon as the mount of a Githyanki knight. Perhaps it had been tracking the ship. The telescope points to the left. The telescope points straight ahead. The telescope points to the right.
Okay. Enough of that. Well, I guess I already looted him. Yeah, coming up this way,
Something over there.
the encounter doesn't go so smoothly. So it's better to face that bugbear, because again, I surprised him going around the other way. If I'd come around this way, that might not have happened. Okay, so I pretty much did all of the... Well, no, I didn't go talk to Zevlor.
I have a mind to end their misery myself.
Harsh. Remind me to stay on your good side.
You were never on my good side.
Yeah, like, traveling with these, like... it's probably not something Wyll would normally do, but these are strange circumstances, and we all suffer from the same tadpole incursion into our brains. So, It's kind of a necessary situation.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Leaving the grove is the best option. I can help. Can you delay the ritual? You have to resist. I'm kind of like stuck here. Best of luck with that. This has nothing to do with me. Well, yeah, I don't think that's something Wyll would say. Leaving the grove is the best option. I can help. That's probably, yeah.
It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. It's no small thing to ask, but I've seen you fight. You're equal to the task.
Killing the goblin horde's leaders. I'll see what I can do. That depends. Can you pay me? This isn't my problem. I'm not interested. You go now, as Korga says, or I'll force you. Well, if you want to kill Zevlor, go ahead with this option, because that's most likely what will happen is you wind up fighting him here and now. So the only option for, like, literally for Wyll, you know, from a role-playing aspect, you know, staying in character as Wyll, this really is the only response that makes any sense.
Everyone in this camp.
And I knew Astarion would disapprove.
Thank you.
But Gale once again approved.
As soon as you give word.
So
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
again, Astarion and Lae'zel both, for the time being, is kind of a necessary. And Will's a good person. He's not evil. Even though he's got a devil for a patron, he's still a good guy, a good man. The other companions, like Will's the only one that's unquestionably good. The others are, well, neutral or evil. Karlach actually is good. It seems, anyway. Like, I think Karlach actually does fit the profile of a good alignment. I mean, she was a prisoner. As far as serving, you know, Azariel.
The only other cure is the blade.
Okay. Wonderful.
Trying to figure out. I don't really want to go up there at the moment. I'm going to keep going around here.
Tracks like these puncture the soil across the Sword Coast. Goblins, of course.
I'll come back to that. I'm going to keep going forward. Because the one thing on Will's mind that, even though we were sidetracked with the whole grove and the goblin encounter and looking for a healer, that was really sidetracked. The foremost thing on Will's mind is Karlach. Where is Karlach?
I don't think he's conscious.
Because Wyll hunts monsters, and he always gets his prey.
Not a step closer.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. Your illithid power is beyond reach until you rest.
His wounds look deep. I might be able to help. What happened to your friend? We'll go with that.
An oil bear. Please, do you have any?
Shut up, Andric. Do you serve the Absolute?
Wait.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits, yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He is a true soul. Mind him. He will. He.
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
Okay, so these people are totally spewing some nonsense. I have no idea what they're talking about. I've heard mention of the Absolute because the goblins, goblin chief said, or the leader of the goblin thing at the gate said, "For the Absolute!" So there's the name Absolute again. I'm not a true. I don't have no idea what the hell she's talking about. True soul. So true soul question mark. That seems like a reasonable response. Explain this Absolute to me. Perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for the druid Halsin. Why are you out here? The wilderness is dangerous. You need to find the beast and avenge your brother. Here, let's do this true soul question mark.
What? Are you testing us?
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice. Your words are her command. She grants you the power to enforce her will. And when the time comes, the true souls, you, will rule.
That fellow had a tadpole in his head, and they consider him blessed? Chosen? What madness is this?
Yeah, here. Say things like that again out loud where they can hear you, because, that's not suspicious at all, Gale. Good, good comment, right? Anyway, a crude summary, you have more to learn of our faith. You're mistaken, I'm no true soul. Perhaps you can help me. Why are you out here? You need to find the beast. Forget the owlbear. You're still alive, so go. You're mistaken. I'm no true soul. A crude summary. You have more to learn of our faith, novice. Perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for the druid Halsin. Let's go with that.
I don't know any druids.
Okay, then why are you out
We
here?
know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
I'm a survivor of that crash. Looks like you found me. Lazelle approved.
Kill him!
Kill me? What? Alright, well. Looks like Astarion will be happy because he gets to attack somebody. And he's moving way too far just to get a shot off. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's absolutely ridiculous. I can't just, pop a shot right around the... Oh, come on, dude. Seriously? Alright, that's decent. Delicious. Didn't have to move that far. Still had to roll the hiding check, though. Oh, shit. Okay, I saved. Aw, 1 hit point away from getting them both.
Victory awaits.
This episode is actually coming to an end. Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one.